to be followed by the senator from South Carolina.
Without objection, so ordered.
Mr. President, Ms. President, I come to the floor today to express my strong support for the Public Safety Employer-Employee Cooperation Act that the Senate is currently considering, legislation that will ensure that our public safety officers are treated with the respect and the dignity that they unquestionably deserve. I've always believed that the first responsibility of government is to protect its citizens, and I believe that responsibility begins right here at the local level, in our neighborhoods and in our communities with our law enforcement officers. To fulfill that essential responsibility, our local public safety officers need the support of the government in Washington. Before I came to Washington, Madam President, like you, I served as a prosecuting attorney. I served for 8 years as a chief prosecutor for Minnesota's largest county. During that time, I saw firsthand the critical and courageous contributions our police officers, firefighters, paramedics, and other public safety personnel make on a daily basis. I gained an unending appreciation for their service in keeping our communities safe and secure. When I came to Washington, I made a commitment that I would remember the officers I had worked alongside in Minnesota, and that I would do everything I could to see that they receive the full resources and support that they deserve. This bill would demonstrate our support by allowing public safety officers to be treated as they should, by promoting basic fairness in their working standards. And it does so in a way that allows states to retain the flexibility to craft their own standards to suit their local conditions. My state of Minnesota is fortunate to be one of 26 states that already grant collective bargaining rights to their public safety employees. Our police officers, firefighters, and paramedics enjoy strong relationships with the state, counties, and cities that employ them, which enhance their ability to protect the communities that they serve. When public safety employers and employees work together, it reduces worker fatalities and improves the quality of services. We need these valuable partnerships to be at their strongest if we're going to be able to properly respond to disasters and emergencies that strike at our homeland security. Our state is well aware of this. We've had our share of tragedies this year, from the collapse of the I-35W bridge to the floods in southeastern Minnesota in which several people died, to the fires up in northern Minnesota in the Ham Lake area over through the Canadian border. This week, thousands of police officers have come to Washington to commemorate National Police Week. I've had an opportunity to meet with these police officers. I've had an opportunity to meet with our paramedics just when I was home a week ago. I've had the opportunity to see our firefighters at work. We must respect these hard-working public servants. Respect should be fundamental to the work that we do. I told these officers and these paramedics and these firefighters that I would come to the floor to speak out in support of this legislation, and that I was hopeful that our colleagues under the other side of the aisle would join us in passing this law. What they want is what they have in our state. They want the right to be treated with the respect that our colleagues are all across the country. In the last several years, specifically after 9/11, we have placed even greater responsibilities on our police and other public safety officers. And at a time when state and local budgets are tight, these federal funds have become more important in assisting local law enforcement to fulfill their duties to protect our communities. By passing this legislation and guaranteeing the basic rights it provides, and then working to deliver the full resources and assistance these officers need to continue their exemplary work, we can demonstrate our acknowledgement and appreciation for the work that they do every day. Thank you, Madam President. I yield the floor. And as I noted, this was out of order, and I yield to my good friend from South Carolina, who allowed me to go first so I could preside.